Hi guys, so thank you so much for tuning into my channel and clicking on this video. In this video, I'm actually going to talk about Gatlinburg, Tennessee and attractions in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Which attractions in Gatlinburg are definitely worth going to and which ones aren't. So in this video, I'm actually going to go in alphabetical order, and I'm only going to do the attractions that I myself have personally visited. So if I haven't visited the attraction, it's not going to be on this list. So my husband and I, we go to Gatlinburg very frequently, but there's still many things that we have not had a chance to do. Either because of budgetary concerns or just haven't had the chance because there's so much to do here. And this video is going to be focusing solely on Gatlinburg. So I'm not going to be talking about like Pigeon Forge. I would actually do a separate video on Pigeon Forge because that's a whole other world of attractions there. So the attractions I'll be talking about, basically, it's either going to be that they are 100% worth it, or 2, they are worth it, but not at the price they are asking. So for these, maybe get a discount, or they're worth it, but just know it's very overpriced. Or 3, they're not worth going to at all. Me and my husband go together every time we go. So like some of these places may be worth it if you have a kid on the not worth it list. But even then, I don't personally recommend any of these that I'm saying are not going to be worth it. Because we definitely, had a disappointing experience at these places. So with Gatlinburg here, I'm going to be talking about several different attractions, and hopefully this will help plan your vacation. And if you have any more questions about any of these attractions I'm talking about in this video, definitely leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first attraction I'm going to be talking about on my list is the amazing Mirror Maze and Circus Golf. This is located directly on the center town on the Parkway. Now they're actually 2 technically separate attractions, but they're at the same place. And you pay $10 a person for both. Or like I think it's like 6 or 8 for one. So just pay for both. And the amazing Mirror Maze and Circus Golf, is it worth it? I say yes. For one, it's affordable. Like it's like the cheapest mini golf, and you get a Mirror Maze too. So it's like the cheapest is this place out of anywhere down there I have found. And you get, a full 18-hole blacklight indoor mini golf, and then the Mirror Maze. When we went, we actually had a lot of fun, had a good experience. I say we weren't very long in the Mirror Maze. We actually solved it pretty quick, but I say we at least probably spent a good 30 or so minutes actually in the mini golf course. So, and it's a great way to get out of the heat, or even if it's cold, it's a great way and great thing to do. I will let you know that it's definitely dated, but the price definitely reflects that. But I do think it is worth visiting, especially considering the price. And it's definitely a great stop. So the next attraction I'm going to talk about, going here in alphabetical order, is Anakista. So this is one place that you've probably heard of or heard a lot about, and it gets super busy. It's easily top 3 most popular attractions in Gatlinburg. You take a chairlift or a gondola to the top of the mountain, visit Firefly Village, where there's zip lines. There's a single rail mountain coaster. It's not just any mountain coaster, single rail. There's several shops, restaurants. Which I think was the nicest part of it, was that there's a memorial walk dedicated to the Gatlinburg wildfires. If you don't want to take a gondola or chairlift up to the top of Anakista Mountain, you can actually take what's called a ridge rumbler, which is basically a big truck-like vehicle. And Also at the top, they have Vista Gardens, and they have a new Anakista Tower, which is like observation tower, kinda, that just opened recently. They have the tree canopy walk, where you kind of like walk on platforms in between trees, swinging kind of bridges type thing. A playground for kids. A few places to sit and see some views. But is it worth it? I say no. I say no because we visited on a hot day, and we visited numerous other attractions on a hot day. And this one, though, there is, for one, if you're visiting on a hot day, just know there's like no shade. The places to sit are also very limited, and they are in the sun. The views up there weren't actually as great as we expected. Like, people have talked rave reviews about Anakista, and the views just weren't. I've seen better views, basically, even for free, actually. Stuff like that. There just wasn't a lot to do. We were done in about an hour and a half tops, and for the price, like, for there not being anything really much to do, like, yeah, let's go walk along the Memorial Walk, see the gardens, do the treetop canopy, and we're done. A lot of things like the zip lines, the single rail coaster, they are not included in the price. So, you know, these restaurants up here, the shops up there, people are like, well, it's worth it. You go up there and visit the restaurants and shops. Why am I going to pay $20-some a person to ride up and go to a restaurant? Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? So neither of us were really a fan. As far as like maybe if the price was cheaper, do I think it'd be worth it? Honestly, no. We just didn't like it. But I know lots of people do like it. And I'm not saying if you don't want to go, you know, not to go, because if you want to go up there, by all means, have at it. You know, lots of people do have a good time up there. We just weren't really big fans of it personally. So I don't recommend Anakista. The third attraction I'm going to talk about is Arcadia. And this is the arcade actually at the Space Needle, and I will get to the Space Needle here later on in the video. So Arcadia, 25,000 square feet. We've been here a couple times, and do I recommend it? I'm going to go with mostly no. This isn't like a super strong no, but it's a no. So there's quite a few games and variety of games here, and the price selection here is great. However, I don't recommend it because, like, you can spend $100 here and like walk away with pretty much nothing from the price section. So what they're paying out and what they're charging versus what you get, definitely not worth it. If you actually go to arcades and pay attention, there's some better arcades in Pigeon Forge that actually, if you spend $100 and play games, you actually feel like you're walking away with something. Of course, the name of the arcade is to make money. Of course, when you go into arcade, you know, you're not going to think, I'm going to walk away spending $100 but get $500 worth of prizes, because realistically, that's never going to happen. But I shouldn't go in an arcade, spend $100 and get like $5 worth of prizes. There's arcade like Dave & Buster's, arcades all over the place where I feel like, yeah, I might be spending $100 and only walking away with $30 or $40 worth of prizes or something, well, to that effect. And you don't feel as cheated. So my problem here is that if you're just taking your kids or just going just to have fun and not really for the prizes, it's probably worth it because I do have a variety of games to play. However, in the long run, for me, no, I don't recommend it just because I feel like you're definitely getting cheated here versus some other arcades. But that's just my personal opinion on Arcadia. The next one I'm going to talk about, this is going to be a quick one. It's Earthquake the Ride. So, right off the bat, no, I don't recommend it. It's stupid, pointless, a waste of space. Please, some other better attraction, take this place over. You can go on YouTube and find a POV video of this ride, and it's like, wow, yeah, that was sucked. Basically, it is 100% not worth it. Like, do not visit Earthquake the Ride. The next attraction I'm going to talk about is actually the Ghost Walk of Gatlinburg. There are actually, I think, 2 or 3 different companies that do this. And we had a lot of fun doing this. So this one I definitely recommend. And I do think it is worth the price. We definitely recommend. If you have any interest in ghosts or learning about Gatlinburg history or the paranormal, this is going to be a lot of fun for you. So our guide that we had was super informative. She was really nice, entertaining. And, we walked around Gatlinburg, like kind of off the historic nature trail, back kind of towards the cemetery as well. And we got to mess with different ghost recording equipment. And we stopped at various spots and she told us legends, and we got some history in there too. So it wasn't just straight ghost walk. We actually learned a lot about the history of Gatlinburg, which was great. It was not scary. So in case you're thinking this is going to be a scary attraction, it wasn't scary. But messing with the EVPs and stuff was definitely a lot of fun. And I definitely recommend doing this if next time you are in Gatlinburg. The next attraction I'm going to talk about, which I think anybody that's coming to Gatlinburg is automatically going to go here, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it. And it's 100% free, which I wouldn't really call it an attraction, but it's the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Like, if you come to Gatlinburg and do not go to the national park, you're crazy. There's so much to do in this national park. My husband and I, we always find something new to do every time we come to the here. We always go to the national park every time we are here. There's numerous waterfalls, 800 miles of hiking trails, gorgeous views. You can see bears, elk, turkey, all kinds of wildlife. Cades Cove. A lot of people talk about Cades Cove and go to Cades Cove. This is in the national park. You got the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail, Klingman's Dome, Newfound Gap, driving Newfound Gap Road over to Cherokee, Laurel Falls, you got Elkmont. There's just a ton to do in the national park, and it is hands down the number one thing to do. If you do come to Gatlinburg, you must go to the national park, even if it's just driving around in your car or if it's actually doing some strenuous hiking. Either way, definitely you must go. And as a bonus, I'm going to also mention Minette Park and Herbert Holt Park. Both are city parks in Gatlinburg. They're also really nice and parks to visit as well, especially if you're wanting to fish, because Herbert Holt has a wheelchair accessible fishing pier ramp, and then Minette Park has a kids only fishing stream section, and they're just really nice, peaceful areas. If you're already in Gatlinburg and don't really want to go to the national park but want like a peaceful retreat, they're both very great parks to visit as well. The next attraction I'm going to talk about is Hillbilly Golf. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Is it worth the price? Yes, it is. This is our favorite golf course we've done in the area. And as you're coming into Gatlinburg, it's like on the left. And there's some parking right at Hillbilly Golf. You ride what's called the incline up to the start of your course. And then you start from the top down. It has so many cool features. There's like bathtubs along the golf course, outhouses, old wagons, just a lot of hillbilly random stuff. It's very nicely themed. It's very well kept. The staff here are super friendly as well. I definitely recommend Hillbilly Golf. Next thing I'm going to talk about, which ain't really one specific place, but multiple places, is the moonshine tastings. You can also add in the wine tastings in here. There's a few different places you can actually taste moonshine in Gatlinburg, and then Pigeon Forge has its own set of them as well. So, like for moonshine, got like Doc Collier, Old Smoky, Sugarlands. I highly recommend Sugarlands and Old Smoky for sure. Wine, you got like Sugarlands Wine Cellar, and also you got like Tennessee Cider Company as well for like cider. These, I'm not 100% sure about the wine, but like the moonshine, you pay $5 a person. And then you get actually, for most places, a $5 coupon back to actually buy something. The city of Gatlinburg just charges that $5 fee to prevent people from getting too intoxicated and wandering the streets. So, like a moonshine tasting, you get, like I say, about 12 different flavors to try on average. And a lot of them most of them are really good. And the great thing about them is you don't have to try all of them. You can actually say opt out of certain ones to try. Like, you know, if you don't want straight moonshine because it's really strong, then you don't have to try all of them. But you can try what you want, and it's $5 a person. And I do think it is definitely worth it, and it's something you should do. I have 5 more attractions to talk about. And the first one of the 5 I'm going to talk about is Ober Gatlinburg. So, Ober Gatlinburg is basically in the winter times when it really shines as a ski resort. And you can either drive up there or you can actually ride the tram up there. I recommend the tram. The views from the tram are really nice as long as you can get along a window. And it's a fun ride. Now, to drive up there, like there's a lot of curvy mountain roads. So I just don't think it's fun, you know. But that's just me. While up there, once you're up and over, you do have to pay to ride the tram, or to park once you're up there. But you can literally just walk around if you wanted to, or you can purchase either tickets or a wristband. We opt to do the wristband, which is unlimited, which I know up there, depending on the season, they're going to have like they have a chairlift up there. We rode that thing like 5 times. They have these raft rides. They have an alpine slide, snow tubing or summer tubing. Obviously, they have the skiing. They have the wildlife encounter where you can actually see like bears, which is really cool. Ice skating, ice bumper cars, a couple like rides, like a little swing ride. There's just a lot actually to do up there once you're up there. Some of the attractions are included with the wristband and some are not. So you just want to pay attention to see what you want to do and what's going to be the best fit and price for your family. Do I think it's worth it? Yes. The price? Yes. I think it's definitely worth it for sure. Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies is a really nice aquarium. It is small, on the small side for sure. They do have like a lot of sharks, penguins, a lot of different fish. The shark tunnel was really cool. Seeing the penguins was cool. Hands down, that shark tunnel was really, really neat though, for real. Was it worth it? Yes. However, I don't think it's worth the price. So this is like $30-some odd a person. And aquariums are normally kind of pricey. I've seen them easily be $30-some odd elsewhere. However, those aquariums have more and are substantially larger. So this is why I'm saying, yes, it's worth it, but not for the price. So definitely try to seek out like a coupon. Some cabins will actually, if you buy one, you get another admission free. Some cabin rental companies, like Heartland is one off the top of my head that does that. So you can get there at a discount, because especially if you're bringing like you, your husband or wife, and kids, it's going to get pricey to actually go to this aquarium easily. And especially the size of it, it's just, we were done relatively quick, even trying to take our time. And again, we did enjoy it, but as I said, it's small, and I feel like the price doesn't reflect the size. So I'd go, but definitely keep in mind that you're going to be overcharged, definitely, or try to find a discount so you can go. Next, I'm going to talk about the Skylift Park, which used to be just consist of the Skylift, and that was it. Nowadays, there's a Skylift, this sky bridge, and there's like a neat little gift shop up there and some places to sit down and take in the views. So is this worth it? And for the price, I say yes. It is all day, so I recommend going during the day, then coming back at night. This is hands down the place where I think you get the best views of Gatlinburg. This place. Not Anakista, this place. And over, you can't really see Gatlinburg from when you're up and over. You can see it on the tram, but not when you're up at over. So this is why I say this is the best place for those views. Like, I can just sit up here and just look at the views for a while. The Sky Bridge, I thought I was going to die on the Sky Bridge. It's definitely a thrilling adventure, unique. And then also up the top, it tells you what mountain you're actually looking at, which is, I love when they do that places, because like, hey, I'm looking at a mountain. But then when you actually see what you're looking at and what the name of it is, that's really cool. The little gift shop is nice. A lot of people have cited, hey, it's expensive, there's not a lot to do up there. Well, I think for having all day and the views, definitely, I think, make up for it for me. So I do definitely recommend visiting the Skylift Park on your trip to Gatlinburg. Okay, the second to last attraction I want to talk about is the Space Needle. So the Space Needle has been there since the 70s. You ride up an elevator to the top, and there's viewfinders, and you can look out at Gatlinburg. It's about $13 a person to do this. Is it worth it? I don't think so. If it was cheaper, maybe like $5 a person, but it's just way overpriced. So overall, I say no. There are other places to get pictures, because that's the main goal, is to get pictures. The Skylift Park I just talked about is a great option for those pictures of Gatlinburg, and to actually look down and watch the people. It's a different vantage point. They're both different vantage points. So somebody can argue that, hey, one's in the middle of town, which would be the Space Needle, one's kind of going up the mountain, but still in the middle of town, which is Skylift Park. You can ride Skylift Park Unlimited, in case it takes you a little bit to take the pictures or whatever. I think the Space Needle includes 1 day and 1 night admission, if I remember correctly. I just don't think it's worth it for the price. And plus, it's one of those things that you go up there 5-10 minutes and you're done. So I feel like there's other things that we could occupy our time with, and the Space Needle is one thing that I choose to skip, because the views, you can find better views other than here. The very last attraction I'm going to talk about is actually not directly in Gatlinburg. And it's not in Pigeon Forge, and it's not in Sevierville. It's actually out in Hartford, Tennessee. And it is whitewater rafting. Okay. This is hands down my favorite thing to do in the area. It's about 45-50 minutes from Gatlinburg. So if you have never been, you need to go. And it is worth every penny. Now, there's like 13 different companies that do it, so just check because it's the same river. It's the same trip, and some companies are cheaper than others. So just pay attention. I recommend River Rat. Big Bear is also great as well. A lot of people go with, I think it's rafting in the Smokies, and I think they're the most expensive. And as I said, it's the same river. All the guides I've ever had have been super nice and friendly. We've had a great experience every time we've went. And I promise it's not as scary as you think it is. Just listen to the guides and you're not going to fall out or die or anything. We have a great time when we do it. As I said, it is 45-50 minute drive out of Gatlinburg to get to it. I am telling you though, it is worth every penny and it is worth the drive out there. Hands down, like no question about it. So I just want to thank you for watching this video. And again, if you have not subscribed to me, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more great content. And like this video, your support will help me to continue to make videos and improve video quality in the future as well. If you have any questions about an attraction in Gatlinburg, just comment down below, and I will be doing a Pigeon Forge video later on as well. So if you see an attraction and it's not here, I've probably not done it, or maybe in Pigeon Forge actually, and that's why it's not on this video. So again, thank you so much for watching.